Welcome back to another video. I've got something quite interesting today. It's from Nitecore. It's the EDC27. This was sent in via Nitecore. More of a preview this video than a full-on review, but I'll show you as much as I can. I'll just go through some of the basic details and an unboxing, and I'll share a few of my thoughts at the end of the video. There's your user manual and your warranty card, as well as your charging cable. This is the included wrist strap, which is a little bit different in terms of the design. Now we'll look at the torch. You've got all the details on screen. This has a stainless steel case with some sort of special titanium coating. You'll notice on the sides they've got sort of raised knurling points to give a bit more grip. Here are the LEDs, and they do have optical lenses on them, so we'll take a look at that later on in terms of the beam pattern. At the top of the clip there is a gap there, so I assume you can sort of thread through the wrist strap if you want to. This has a built-in 1700 milliamp hour battery, which is fairly decent capacity. On the right hand side there is a plastic port cover for the Type-C charging port. There's a slot there so you can get a fingernail under there to sort of lift it off, make it a bit easier to get out. We've got dual switches on this, and they are two-stage switches, both of them, so that means to say you have a half and a full press. The mode button is pretty much flush with the case, but the power button is raised up quite significantly. That makes it very easy to find both switches just by touch. There is the OLED display that has a covering on there, so take that off and I will show you that quickly. If you give that a half press when it's off, it will give you the voltage, battery level bar and the last setting. It will rotate through different displays when it's on. It goes through the power level, the lumens, and there is an estimation of the runtime left. Bear in mind that that is just an estimation. It's not 100% accurate, but it does give you an idea of how long you have left in each particular mode, which is quite useful. When you hit the turbo, you do get a runtime bar on that, and it is about 10 seconds roughly. It is a relatively small torch, so that's not surprising considering the form factor that they've got. Do quite like the design. It's something I'll have to sort of keep using and see how I feel, but nice strong clip, and the texturing on the body, that does give a good grip. I do quite like the finishing on that. The switches are quite interesting, so I'll cover that now with the UI. Turn it on and off. It is a full press on the power switch. When it is on, all you need to do is half press the same power switch to cycle through the 4 power levels. It's easy enough to feel when you're at the halfway point and the full point on that switch. And then for the turbo, half press the mode button, full press for strobe. Both of those stay on as long as they are held in. To get to the ultra low, when it's off, half press and hold the power button, and that is also a momentary. It will stay on as long as it's held in place. Full press and hold to lockout. You'll see the 1 or 2 come up, and the 2 is a full lockout. Double press and hold to unlock. Didn't take me long to get used to the UI. Once you work out that you have the 2-stage switches on both, it's quite a straightforward UI, and I'm pretty happy with it. I have put the user guide up on screen for you though, so do have a look through that if you want to check anything else. 6500 kelvins, which is about normal really for a cool white, and the charging speed pretty quick, 1 hour 20 minutes to charge from flat. I thought I'd use the Clarus G15 V2 for a comparison because that's quite a high output torch, and you can see that is a floody light, very flood beam on that particular torch. The Nitecore is not quite as floody, but it is more in that direction. It does have a bit more focus compared to the Clarus, but they are compact EDC type torches, so you typically do get a fairly wide beam on those. Fortunately, we do have the 1000 lumen output. I'm pleased to see that, although the turbo, as I said earlier, doesn't last that long, but again, it could be useful for a quick blast of light. You will feel the heat build up a bit if you keep hitting the turbo, although I didn't find that it got too hot. Got some more beam shots now, so do have a look through those, and I'll give you a quick summary of my thoughts at the end. do quite like the design on this. I think the flat profile works quite well, particularly for a pocket carry. Also, if you're going to put it into a backpack or a bag, not going to take up much space, nice slim profile. If I compare this to something like the T4K, I would definitely prefer this particular model for a couple of reasons. I prefer the flatter, longer body on this compared to the T4K. Battery capacity is also quite a bit higher on this one. And importantly, it does have the 1000 lumen output mode, and that was something which I did mention in my review on the T4K, which I found to be a bit annoying. You had the 200 lumens and then you went straight up to the turbo. That issue has been addressed with this model. Be interesting to hear what your thoughts are on this one, so do drop a comment down below. And as usual, thanks for watching.